Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do our March the 15th Spiritual Principle Day in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. Let's go ahead and get into that screen and see what we have. The title of the meditation is Goodwill and a Sense of Purpose. It's not selfish to know that having a purpose makes us feel better. If we are acting in goodwill, doing the right thing for the right reasons, we are sure to benefit. And that comes from the Living Clean book, chapter 7, Principles, Practice, and Perspective. Before we started using, many of us dreamt of what we might become when we grew up and what direction life might take us in. Active addiction dampened any vision we may have had for ourselves in the future. We spent all of our time pursuing selfish desires to escape reality. The world became very small with each day planned around how and when we would get high. In recovery, we began to see the big picture outside of ourselves. After clearing the wreckage of our addiction, most of us began to feed our spirits in ways that help us connect to the world around us. Acts of generosity, creativity, and community building. Searching for meaning and purpose in our lives becomes a part of our spiritual journey. Discovering a sense of purpose can be pivotal in our recovery. We begin to find meaning in helping others. We offer kindness and compassion to others, and in return, we experience an unparalleled sense of joy and happiness. This reciprocal relationship is the essence of goodwill, feeding our spirit and the spirits of those we serve. Being of service in Narcotics Anonymous and showing up with integrity can pave the road out of self obsession and into a more optimistic sense of self. As we start to show up for ourselves and others, we begin to feel better and enjoy a newfound sense of purpose. When we take a moment to look at how our efforts help others, we begin to discover who we were meant to be all along. To connect with myself, I will look for ways to connect with others. I will develop my character by pursuing my purpose, keeping integrity and goodwill at the forefront of my actions. Now let's take a moment of silence, followed by the wee version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today. Please and thank you. Now I giggle at that, the wisdom to know the difference. That makes the difference in everything, I think, is being able to discern what I can change and what I can't. But I need courage to actually change the things that I can. And when I need to have serenity, peace from within to accept those things that I can't. Because it's usually those things that cause me turmoil. My wrestling to change something that I can't change. To me, that is so profound that I would exert pressure against something that I have no power to even change. So I would, in essence, be pushing against a brick wall, expecting my force, my pure will to knock that wall down. And there's no way in physics that that would ever happen. No way. That inertia would not be enough to even budge that brick wall. right? And so that's how some of these situations we're dealing with are. We don't have the serenity to accept the things that we can't change. A lot of times we keep trying to make him or her love us. We keep trying to make a statement, make a point, to gain someone's trust again, gain someone's love again, make them get clean by downgrading them. We have no power to even cause that to happen. We can guilt trip people. We can be narcissistic. We can beat them in the head, drag them to a meeting. But if they want to use, they're going to use. And even if they stop using, it doesn't mean that they're going to change. Their bodies might clean up, but their minds will still be dirty. They might still continue to abuse us. Just because a person stops using the drug doesn't mean that they're going to give up their character defects and shortcomings. And so, yeah, I need to have the serenity to accept those things, those brick walls that are not going to budge. That prayer is profound and will help you during the course of your recovery. We're talking about goodwill and a sense of purpose here. We're talking about how active addiction dampened our vision for anything that we thought we might be able to do. At some point in time, we began to believe the lie. I mean, it was our reality, right? Actively using, not going very far. We went very far. It was just to make sure that we got our next use laid out for us, right? That's exactly why we would leave the house and go do things to make sure we could secure the next one, the next victim, the next high. But now that that's changed, like I said, just because we stop using doesn't mean anything other than that is going to change. But there's a greater potential, guys. There's a greater potential now that you're not using. Sitting there in that boring old, classroom in treatment, sitting there in your car driving to a job that you wouldn't have dreamed of having in active addiction. Waking up those kids this morning and loving up on them and making sure that they leave the house encouraged instead of discouraged. There's nothing worse than being a child going to school and having your parents fuss at you the whole time before you leave to go to school. It ruins your day. It absolutely ruins your day. All you think all day long is, what can I do different? What did I do that was so wrong? And how are they going to be when I see them again? Kids don't deserve that. If you're doing that to your child, stop. Stop bullying them and start loving up on them. You're clean now. Let's do something different. And if it's that hard, your mood is not stabilized yet, you may need to seek some outside help. We did so much damage to ourselves. And like I said, just because we get clean doesn't mean that all of that's going to change, but it makes it more of a potential to happen, more of an opportunity to happen. But we still got to do the work. Come on. You can do it. I know you can. You wouldn't be sitting here listening to me every morning, listening to Mighty Stream every morning talk about the meditation. All off in left field sometimes, but you keep coming back and you keep listening. You would not do that if you did not want to change. And so come on, let's roll our sleeves up today and practice goodwill, doing the right thing for the right reasons, right? And having a sense of purpose. And if you don't know what the purpose is, what your purpose is, start a journey of discovery. I told somebody the other day, I said, you don't know what you want to do? You don't know what your purpose is? Give me the top 3 things that you think about every day. And they tell me I think about uh, this, this particular health field, and I think about this. I said, well, you know what? I want you to write me a paper, and next time I see you, bring that in and teach me about those topics. You know what I was doing? Helping them to investigate themselves. Yeah. So if there's something maybe you're interested in DJing, did you know that there's schools just for that? Maybe you want to be a chiropractor. There's schools just for that. Start researching. Make sure you have a notebook. Start researching those things that interest you. And I guarantee you, there's going to be something that clicks inside of you. And you're going to say, this right here, I could study this all day long. And when you find that thing that excites you, that just might be a sense of purpose coming to life in you. I want that for you. I think you deserve it. You know, because of service in Narcotics Anonymous and showing up. This is for me. Showing up with integrity, fulfilling my service commitment, even when I didn't want to. I began to develop a more positive sense of myself. That first paragraph, that first sentence in that last paragraph, I began to develop that. I want for you to develop it. If you're too scared to go out there and spread your wings working, just try doing something at a meeting and expect nothing in return. Just do something. It might be sweeping the floor. I don't know. It might be taking some Clorox wipes and wiping down the bathroom every 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm sure there's something because we're a worldwide fellowship in need of people that can donate their time without expecting to be compensated financially. Keyword. Not expecting to be compensated. That's what we need around here so that we can keep our doors open. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope that you have a beautiful day on purpose. You know why? Because you deserve it. And if you don't do it for yourself, I can't do it for you. I can't. If I could, I would. But it's not possible. So you have to do it. Make up your mind today to do it. Talk to you tomorrow.